Chris here, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to today's 5 on Friday. So this 5 on Friday is going to be a little bit different. It's something new I'm going to be trying. Basically, I've retired my seasonal covers. I feel like I've kind of tapped out my shelves, and I've kind of gotten a little burnt out on the concept. I may bring it back in the future, but for now, I'm going to take some time off. And instead, I'm going to do a book haul revisited. So I have seen this all over YouTube, and I really enjoy getting to see if people have actually read books that they hauled. And so I thought it would be fun to go back through my very first haul that I posted on BookTube and see which books I have left from that haul that I haven't read. And the idea would be that I would read 5 of them. If I don't have 5, I will go back and look at books I hauled before that book haul, which I think would be anything from 2020 and earlier, because I believe this book haul is for January, February, and March of 2021. And my idea is that we will go through them, and you all will get a say in which books I read. So in the comment section below, once I get done, I will show you the options, and you can let me know which of these books you would like me to read for this book haul revisited. And when the vlog comes out, you'll get to see what I picked and what ended up getting the most votes, because I will also be throwing this up in my Discord. The Discord is linked in the description below if you'd like to pop up there and vote for the books I'm going to choose. So I have my very first book haul pulled up here, and we're going to watch this together, and I'm going to try not to cringe too much because I really don't like watching videos of myself, but I wanted you to be able to see it. So let's start. Hey everyone, Chris here, and welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be doing my very first book haul. So this book haul includes all the books I've gotten in the first 3 months of 2021. I've got a pretty decent stack over here, so let's just dive right in. So the first book I mentioned I got from Owl Crate was their special edition version of Amari and the Night Brothers. I read this. I have obviously read that, so this would not be included. Next up is a book my mom grabbed for me at Dollar General, and it is The Revolution of Marina M by Janet Fitch. I have not read this one, so I will add it to my list, and we'll see what I have listed at the end. Like, I'll grab them all, and we'll go over them. So now we're going to go into Book of the Month books and see if I've read them. Next up is Send For Me by Lauren Fox. I have indeed read that one. Let's see. Next is Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. Another one I have read. So I probably should mention, I read Amari and the Night Brothers, and I kept it. I have not read The Revolution of Marina M. I read Send For Me and unhauled it. I read The Four Winds, and I believe I kept that. I might have unhauled that because I want a different edition, but I read it and enjoyed it and do want a copy for my shelves if I didn't keep that one, because it doesn't really match the rest of my Kristen Hanna books. Next up is The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. I have read this one, and I believe I kept it. Next, I got The Dating Plan by Sarah Desai. I've read that, and I've kept that, and then later found out it was actually the second book in a series, and I hate reading books in series out of order, so that kind of annoyed me. But I did enjoy the book. Next, I got This Tender Land by William Kent Kruger. I have read and unhauled that. I did not enjoy that very much, if memory serves. Next is This Time Next Year by Sophie Cousins. I have not read this one, so we're going to add that to the list. The Sun-Crossed Sisters of Tuscany by Lori Nelson Spielman. I read that one, but I think I unhauled it. I enjoyed it, but it felt like one I wasn't going to reread again, so I think I unhauled it. Next up is a pre-order I got, and that's A Vow So Bold and Deadly by read it, loved it, kept it. Books are all tied into my birthday, so February 23rd is my birthday. So for my birthday, my mom got me The Lost Stars and The Silent Thaw. Read both, enjoyed both, have both still. Last part is a book outlet order. My gram gives me money every year for my birthday, and I spend it on... This is where we might get some I haven't read. Some books. So first we'll go through a few books that I got that I've already read. So first up we have The Polar Bear Explorers Club by Alex Bell. Read it, loved it, kept it. The next is Shifting Shadows by Aaron Hunter. This is read it, loved it, kept it. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the same for pretty much all of these. Last book I got that I'd already read is Wondersmith, The Calling of Morgan Crow by... Obviously, read it, loved it, kept it. So, doing really well considering I was buying books specifically because I wanted to keep them. Let's see if we get to some I hadn't gotten specifically because I wanted them for my shelves. So this last chunk is all books that I haven't read yet. So now we might start to get into some that I haven't read still. First up, we have The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren. Read it, thought it was all right, believe I unhauled it. Next is Riders of the Realm Through the Untamed Sky by Jennifer Lynn Alvarez. Read this, read the entire series, kept it, they're on my shelves over there. I also got Starfire and Stormbound, which are the first two books in the Guardian Herd series. This series actually comes before the one that I had mentioned before, but I've also read this one and kept those. Next up is A Kind of Paradise by Amy Rebecca Tan. Read that, really enjoyed it, and I have kept it. Next is the first three books in the Last Dog series. I have read all three of those, and I've actually finished the series, so don't need to worry about them. Next, I got a Puffin classic, Tales of Ancient Egypt by... I have started that. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm in the process of reading it. I think I started it in February, maybe? But it is started, so it is technically not completely unread, and I feel like it would be weird to put it in this video, because I wanted to get to books I hadn't already started. Next, we have The Phantom Tower by Keir Graff. Have not read that one, so we'll add that to the list. Next is The Game Masters of Garden Place by Dennis Markle. It says, what if... Have not read that one either. Next is Worth a Thousand Worlds by Bridget Young. Have not read that one either. I was a little worried there that we weren't actually going to get to 5 in this first video, but that officially makes 5 books, so we'll see. Next we have Where the Watermelons Grow by Cindy Baldwin. Read that and enjoyed it. Next we have Lucky Broken Girl by Ruth Behar. Read that, and I believe with both Where the Watermelons Grow and this one, I've unhauled them. And lastly, I got The Simple Art of Flying by Corey Leonardo. And with that, we have our last book, and I have not read that one, so you all will get to help me decide which of the 5 books I'm going to read. Let me grab them, and I'll be right back. So as you can see, I have collected my books. Let's go through them and see what they're about, and then in the comments section below, let me know which of these you would like to see me read in the next few months. First up, we have The Revolution of Marina M. This hasn't gotten read because it is a brick of a book. It's a historical fiction, and it is set in 1916 in St. Petersburg on New Year's Eve. And we're following Marina, who's a woman of privilege who aches to break free of the constraints of her genteel life, a life about to be upended by the vast forces of history. She's going to join the marches for workers' rights, fall in love with a radical young poet, and betray everything she holds dear before being betrayed in turn. As her country goes through almost unimaginable upheaval, Marina's own coming of age unfolds, marked by deep passion and devastating loss, and the private heroism of an ordinary woman living through extraordinary times. So this is the first option. The second option is This Time Next Year by Sophie Cousins. And I keep putting this off because I know it is a New Year's Eve themed book. And it's a romance. And it says their lives began together, but their worlds couldn't be more different. After years of misconnections, they're about to meet again. So we follow Minnie, who knows 2 things with certainty. That her New Year's birthday is unlucky, and that it's all because of Quinn Hamilton, a man she's never met. Their mothers gave birth to them at the same hospital just after midnight on New Year's Day, but Quinn was given the cash prize for being the first baby born in London in 1990, and the name Minnie was meant to have as well. With luck like that, it's no wonder each of her birthdays has been more of a disaster than the one before. When Minnie unexpectedly runs into Quinn at a New Year's party on their mutual 30th birthday, she sees only more evidence that fortune has continued to favor him. The gorgeous, charming business owner truly seems to have it all, while Minnie's on the brink of losing her pie-making company and her home. But if Quinn and Minnie are from different worlds, why do they keep bumping into each other? And why is it that each fraught encounter leaves them both wanting more? So yeah, the reason this hasn't gotten read is because I knew it had something to do with New Year's Eve, and I don't typically get drawn to romances, so even though they sound interesting, They tend to just sit around on my shelves until for some reason they strike the mood. So here is your opportunity to get me to read this in a more timely manner. Next, we have The Phantom Tower, and I believe this is a middle grade spooky fantasy. We're following 12-year-old twins, Colm, C-O-L-M, and Mal, and they might look identical, but they're different in just about every way. The battles are endless between the two of them, and Mal is a realist and Colm is a dreamer. The other thing they can agree on is that neither brother wants to move to Chicago, but it's been 2 years since their dad passed away and their mom wants a fresh start. As they settle into their apartment at Brunhild Tower, the boys discover that their new home is full of strange quirks. There's a princess on the 17th floor who warns them not to wander the building at midday. Eerie sounds coming from the walls, and an elevator that's missing a button for the 13th floor. Then one afternoon, that button appears, catapulting the brothers and their inquisitive new neighbor, Tamika, into a parallel dimension in a twin building stuck in time where the ghosts of all the former residents of Brunhild Tower live on. An ancient curse threatens to keep them there forever. That is, unless Colm, Mal, and Tamika can find a way to break the spell before it's too late. I can see why I was drawn to this. I feel like it's a book I would really enjoy, but I'm pretty sure I haven't picked it up because I wanted to read it during spooky season, but every spooky season I would forget that I had it. So here is option number 3. Option number 4, The Game Masters of Garden Place. What if your favorite fantasy game characters showed up on your doorstep in real life? 6th graders Ralph, Jojo, Noelle, Persephone, and Cammy are hooked on fantasy tabletop role-playing games. When they somehow manage to summon their characters to Ralph's house, things take a truly magical turn. The 5 are soon racing around town on a wild adventure that tests both their RPG skills and their friendship, trying to convince a sticky-fingered halfling rogue not to pickpocket or a 6'5" barbarian woman that you don't always have to solve conflicts with a 2-handed broadsword is not easy. How will they ever send the adventurers back to their mystical realm? So yeah, I think if I remember correctly, I got this because it kind of gave me a little bit of Jumanji vibes with the idea of different worlds, and I like the idea of these characters showing up. So this definitely sounds interesting, but I can see why it wouldn't have been the first thing I was drawn to on my shelves. Option number 5 is Worth 1,000 Words. This says, ever since a car accident left Tilly with lasting painful injuries, she's hidden behind her camera. She watches her family and classmates through the lens, tracking down misplaced items and spotting the small details that tell a story much bigger than what people usually see. But she isn't prepared for class clown Jake Hausman's request to find his father. Tilly goes from silent observer to daring detective, but when her photographs start exposing people's secrets, she has to decide what or who is truly important to her. Heartfelt, timeless, and evocative, Bridget Young's debut novel is a story of unlikely friends standing side by side in the search for honest answers. So this sounds like it's going to have a bit of a hard-hitting edge with her dealing with the aftermath of this car accident and Jake's emotions due to his father not being around, and of course the mystery of what happened to his father and what other secrets Tilly has managed to dig up. So I don't typically think about middle grade contemporaries unless they're immediately on my radar, even though I do have a lot on my shelves, so I can see why this hasn't been snagged, but definitely curious about this now that I've reread the back. And then your last option is The Simple Art of Flying. And this one I remember because I know the main characters are parrots, and I'm surprised, honestly, truly, that I haven't gotten to it yet because I love animal POVs. Born in a dismal room in a pet store, Alistair, the African gray parrot, dreams of escape to bluer skies. He'd like nothing more than to fly away to a palm tree with his beloved sister, Aggie. But when Aggie is purchased by 12-year-old Fritz and Alistair is adopted by elderly dance enthusiast and pie baker Albertiner Plopke, the future looks ready to crash land. In between anxiously plucking his feathers, eating a few books, and finding his own poetic voice, Alistair plots his way to a family reunion. But soon, he's forced to choose between the life he's always dreamed of and admitting the truth, that sometimes the bravest adventure is letting go. Yeah, really don't know why I haven't gotten to this yet. I know I've thought about it, and somehow I just never have grabbed it, but I do love an animal POV. So, I know why this is on my shelves. So here are the 6 books from my very first haul that I posted on BookTube that I haven't gotten to. Let me know in the comments section below which of these 5 books you want me to read in the next few months. You can also go to my Discord, which will be linked in the description below, where I will have an emoji poll up where you can vote for the ones that you want. So you can actually vote twice if you've watched this video and vote here, and then go to my Discord and vote as well. And we'll see which of these 6 books I managed to read in the next 5 months. So that's all for this 5 on Friday. All of my social media is linked in the description below if you'd like to come chat with me. If you've made it this far in the video, leave me purple heart emojis, like this video, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!